Proceeded up the river, find the navigation worse, more rapids and strong current. Surrounded 30 buffaloes as they were crossing the river, shot 2 young heifers, and caught 2 calves alive, whose ears we marked and turned them out again. Hello, my name's Joe Pera, and the weather's not so great today, so John and I are inside drinking coffee and reading some books. I know you're familiar with this one, the Journal of Nicholas Cresswell, and John suggested I read 2 passages that might be fun. One is about buffaloes, other is about potatoes, and couldn't say no to that. So here goes nothing. Wednesday, May 24th, 1775. Land in general covered with beach, limestone and large flags. Few rivulets empty into the river, or few springs to be seen, which makes me suppose the country is badly watered. Camped at a place where the buffaloes crossed the river. In the night were alarmed with the plunging in the river. In a little time, Mr. Johnston, who slept on board, called out for help. We ran to his assistance with our arms and, to our great mortification and surprise, found one of our canoes that had all the flour on board sunk, and would have been inevitably lost had it not been fixed to the other. We immediately hauled our shattered vessel to the shore and landed our things, though greatly damaged. It was done by the buffaloes crossing the river from that side where the vessel was moored. Fortunately for Mr. Johnston, he slept in that canoe next the shore. The buffaloes jumped over him into the other and split it about 14 foot. Mr. Norse and Miss Taylor's servants usually slept on board, but had by mistake brought their blankets on shore this evening and were too lazy to go on board again, or probably they would have been killed. Repairing our vessel by putting in knees and caulking her with the bark of the white elm pounded to a paste, which is tough and glutinous, something like birdlime, and answers the purpose very well. Some of the company shot a buffalo bull, saw several cross the river while we were at work. 2 canoes full of men passed us going down the river, going to Fort Pitt. Am convinced Rice will go with me, find he is a great coward. On inspection, find our flour is much damaged, obliged to come an allowance of a pint a man per day. Had we come to this resolution sooner, it would have been better. Great quarreling among the company. Wild to think that you go to bed at night thinking everything's fine, and the next morning buffaloes come, break your canoes, and ruin all your flour. If I was with that company, I definitely would quarrel as well. This one is from Monday, July 3rd, 1775. Got underway very early this morning, not a morsel to eat. Our people quarreled very much, but behaved to me with great respect. Camped very late. Tuesday, July 4th, 1775. Got to mouth of Little Conway. How do you say that, John?
Close enough.
About noon, when I found myself very sick at the stomach for want of meat. Went ashore and got a little ginseng root and chewed it, which refreshed me exceedingly. In the evening, got to one Dr. Briscoe's plantation about a mile from the river. It was night when we got there, found the house deserted, no corn, fowls, or meat of any kind. We all went into the garden, dark as it was, to get cucumbers or anything we could find that we could eat. Found a potato bed, and I ate about a dozen of them raw, and thought them the most delicious food I ever ate in my life. Heavy and constant rain all day. Made a fire in the house, dried ourselves, and went to sleep, very much fatigued. Wednesday, July 5th, 1775. This morning, one of the company went to the canoe for our kettle. The rest plundered about the plantation and got some young cabbages, squashes, and cymbalines. I'm not familiar with the no?
Neither am I.
It's capitalized, so it must be pretty good. This medley of vegetables we boiled all together and seasoned with pepper and salt, and it made a most elegant repast. Proceeded to French Creek, where Cresswell's people overtook us, but would not give us a mouthful of victuals? Yep. May I ask what that is?
Food.
Oh, that makes sense. Very unkind of them, though. Rain all day. One of our people's sick. I gave $50 for about 2 ounces of bread for him. The next day. Got to one Pursley's plantation where we got some sour milk, but no bread. I dare eat none of it. Got me ginseng root. This is an excellent stomachic. Went to sleep very hungry. Our sick man much better. Well, that's good. I was worried about the sick man. Pretty wild about the dozen potatoes, especially raw. But I guess you could eat anything if you have enough ginseng to settle your stomach. I guess the thing I found most fascinating about these chapters is how specific he is about what he eats. If you saw that in a TV show or movie or book nowadays, you'd think it'd be extraneous information, but I guess if you're hungry in the wilderness, is the most important thing to write about. I guess if it was at a bar back then, you find out most of what you need to know about a person by just asking, what did you eat for breakfast, and when was the last time your supplies were trampled by buffaloes. Really fun book, and I guess if you're interested in reading what else Nicholas Cresswell ate, recommend that you check it out sometime. I'm fascinated, and yeah, good tip on the ginseng.